Hi, I'm Czar, and today we are going to be doing a look. And I am going to be doing a product focus and review for the first time. The product that I am going to be reviewing is this one. Yay! This is the Careline Full Face Palette, Play to Slay. It's a nice play of words, and this is the palette. Okay, I have my sister here with me. Come here, say hi to the camera.
Hi.
This is my sister, and she's gonna assist me in filming. And it says here in the packaging, Careline Play to Slay is your ride or die palette that complements multiple skin tones. Create playful looks from this pigmented, easy to blend eyeshadow and face palette. The palette contains 4 times 3. 12 eyeshadows and 2 blushes and a highlight. And it says here that it complements multiple skin tones. We are going to try this palette as a Morena, and we'll see if these shades will show up on my Morena skin tone. When I see this palette, it kind of reminds me, dili siya exact dupe, but it reminds me of the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. Some of the shades here are similar. No, pare-pare siyang shades. But the formula of this, kailan siya glitter, and this doesn't have glitters.
Yes. So we'll start with this shade. Okay, interesting. It's a light shade, a light nude shade. And it shows up. And next, get the Shimmer. Ooh. Wow. Okay, Careline. Oh my god. You guys, that was just one finger swipe. Oh my god. I'm really bad at swatching, so please bear with me. Next is this a gold shade. Careline, you did not. Next is this peachy shade. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Then this coral pinky shade, coral red shade. What? Then this dark shade. This is perfect for darkening your crease, darkening the edges. And then this bright orange shade. Careline, really? Then this, I don't know what shade is this, like a nude shade. And then a shimmer shade again. And then the last two shade. So these are the eyeshadow swatches. These are pretty good for a drugstore brand, a local brand. Money on swatches, you know? Wait till we try it on our eyes. Okay, and let me swatch the blush. Highlight. Oh my god.
This retails for 275. I ordered this from Lazada niya. 97 ang shipping fee, so like... So, 300 ka pinako nagasuan. Once this reaches a Watson's cake, 275 na siya. And you get this. Now here's the exciting part. We are gonna test this product by doing a look. I'm gonna use an eyeshadow primer here, and I'm gonna use a concealer in this eye, so that we can test kung unsa ang better for this product. For the eyeshadow primer, I'm using Milani. And for the concealer, I'm using the Revolution Conceal and Define. Now this is the eyeshadow primer side, concealer side. I'm gonna use a sponge to blend the concealer side. Now, we're gonna put it to the test. For today, I'm going to be doing a pinky eye look. So I'm gonna use the pink shades. Now, I know this is a blush, but this can be a multi-purpose palette, so I'm gonna use this as an eyeshadow for my transition color. For the other side, it's working well on both. Okay, Careline, sweetie, we need to talk. Definitely the eyeshadow primer side, the pink one shows a little bit more pigmented as compared to the concealer side. Now we're gonna go a little bit deeper, and we are going to use this shade. Now for the concealer side. And then we're going to slightly clean my eyeshadow brush and go to the eyeshadow primer side. Now we're going to add darkness to the outer corners of our eyes, and I think I'm going to be using this one. Now it's slightly powdery, but it's pigmented. Medyo marag patchy na siya din dapitan. It's getting harder to blend the more you put layers of colors. I'm just gonna clean this edge. Hindi siya maklaro, but it's getting a little bit patchy. The more layers you put, okay, the more patchy, the more it gets more difficult to blend. I'm gonna do the other eye. Now for the side na eyeshadow primer, it's not patchy. In fact, it's blending seamlessly to the other shades. Sa concealer side, it's a little bit patchy and a little difficult to blend the more you add layers. But in the eyeshadow primer side, it's holding up well. It's blending beautifully. Yeah, I can see it. It's a very slight difference. You can't tell na lahi ang duha ka eyes. But by blending and working, this one is more easier to blend if you put an eyeshadow primer. But for concealer, it's fine naman sa dili naman sa kini mo ma-notice ang difference. Now we are going to put the salmon shade under some eyes. This salmon shade. And then we are going to add the shimmer shade. I'm going to try using my finger, and I'm going to use the gold shade for the concealer side. It's fine. I mean, it's for a local brand and a drugstore product. Nindot siya na shimmer. Okay, it's not the best shimmer I've tried. I've tried worse and I've tried better. It's not the best, but it's good enough. Me. We're gonna add a shimmer sa kanyang side. Alright. I'm going to try using a brush. Now, I'll be using a brush sa katong light na shade. Like I said, it's not the best shimmers I have tried. Let me just layer up these shimmers until I'm satisfied with the result. And then I'm going for this reddish, bronzy, orange copper shade here. There. And I'm gonna use the highlighter for my nose highlight. Okay. Now I'm gonna put it in my inner corners. And then my brow highlight. Now we're going to try it as a highlight. I'm using this fan brush. And we are gonna highlight our cheekbones. The shade, the highlighter shade it's fine, but it's kind of like ashy. Okay, because I have a dark skin tone, I'm a Morena. The highlighter is kind of like, di ba murag whitish and gray? Kind of ashy. This highlighter is more suited for lighter skin tones. I wish it had more a golden undertone or more like a peachy undertone para mo-complement just a dark skin tone. But from now on, I think I'm just gonna use the highlighter as an eyeshadow. Okay, murag nindot ra sa button sa eyes. But as for my face, I wish it was more golden. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going to try the blushes. I think I can work with a light shade. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll try the darker shade, the salmon shade. But the light pink, we'll start with the light pink. I'm going to use my blush brush. It's powdery, guys, so like make sure you just gently tap on with your brush and not dig into it. Okay, powdery siya. So just slightly tap on your brush. Tap off the excess. And then put on your best smile. Ooh. It's subtle. It's a light pink, but it works for darker skin tones. See, it's beautiful. I like it. I like the blush. We're gonna add some blush to our nose. Alright. And then we're gonna use the darker one. Tap off the excess. Lightly dab. Oh, the darker one is definitely stronger. Okay. There you have it. I'm gonna put mascara and lashes, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. And I'm back. So I have my lashes on, and this is the look. What do you guys think? What do you think?
Pretty.
Oh, thank you. Of course. Anyways, here are my final thoughts for this palette. This palette retails for 275 pesos. And plus shipping fee, depende kung asa ka kay, let's say, more or less 300 kapin. And it has 12 eyeshadows, 2 blushes, and highlighter. Let's start with the eyeshadows. These are the swatches. And I can say that they are pigmented. They show up on my dark skin tone. They are powdery, but you can work with them. Just work slowly lang. Just don't dig in your brush. It works better with eyeshadow primer. But it also works with a concealer, pero you have to... Pero it also works with a concealer, but you have to like more elbow grease. You have to like work on it. The eyeshadow, the shimmers, they're good. They're fine. They're not the best. They work better with fingers. For the eyeshadow, I'm gonna rate it a 7 out of 10. Now minus siya og 3 points because it's powdery. Some shades are like difficult to blend, especially if concealer. And the shimmers. For the blushes, I love them. They're also powdery, but they show up on my dark skin tone. The blushes, I'm gonna rate them a 9 out of 10. And for the highlighter, the shade is not good for dark skin tones. As you can see, weird siya tanaw because it's too light, and it works for if you have skin tone lighter than me, then this highlighter will look flattering on you. But for skin tones darker than me, I really don't suggest on using the highlighter. Okay, like weird siya tanaw. It looks weird. You can use this as an eyeshadow or like an inner corner highlight. But I just wish that this highlighter was more of a golden undertone or more like a peachy undertone. Okay, that works for like a lot of skin tones, gold and peach undertone. So for the highlighter, I'm gonna rate it a 5 out of 10. Overall, it's a good palette. I'm not sponsored. Anyway, it's a good palette, and if you want to buy it, then go ahead and buy it. If you don't want to buy it, then don't buy it. This palette is very good and perfect for beginners because it has an eyeshadow, a shade blush, and a shade highlighter. Yeah, so that is my review, and I'm not letting you guys go without me having my mandatory narcissistic montage. Today I'm going to school, and later kay gabi sa kabilin sa Mandaue, and we're gonna see if these eyeshadows last long. Alright.
Many hours later.
Hey guys! I'm back. Gikan ko sa gabi sa kabilin. I was not able to take video clips kay lobat akong phone. But it's 1:12 a.m. I have been wearing the makeup for 11 hours. Okay, 2 p.m. ko nagkuhan, kanina 2 p.m. And this is I look. And what can we say about that? Like, what do you guys think? Actually, for the eyeshadow primer side, okay, it's still here. And the concealer side is still here, but the concealer side, you can see, I hope that you can see, that the crease siya. The creasing in the shimmers is more prominent than that of the eyeshadow primer. But the eyeshadow primer can crease magyapon siya. The colors are still there, but medyo ni darken na siya. Ganina kay like I think it's more pinkish, and then karon kay more brownish red na siya. Now for the blush, it's definitely still here. Wag ni sheer out na siya, but the color is still there and it's still flattering. Please excuse my oily face and the textures in my skin can break apart na ang foundation because 11 hours na ko wear ani na makeup. But that being said, the highlighter is still here, the eyeshadow is still here, the blush is still here. After 11 hours of wear time, this is the look. It's still good. It's still good. It's still passable. Like, i-excuse na akong foundation, the blush and the eyeshadow look, it's still great. I really played, and I guess you can say that I slayed. So, Careline played to slay. It's good. It's good in my book. Bye. Bye. Bye.